A few people from Faizabad approached Justice Mukherjee, telling him about a remarkable man, an unusual story. The story of a man who never showed his face to people outside where he lived. He always lived behind a curtain. He lived in Uttar Pradesh, various places in Uttar Pradesh for a number of years, nearly 3 decades. Met with a lot of people who were former revolutionaries from Bengal, who were revolutionaries associated with the Anusilan Samiti, revolutionaries associated with Sri Sangha. These were renowned revolutionaries. Now, why were these revolutionaries going to meet all the way to Uttar Pradesh from Bengal? This unknown man who was living in the disguise of a holy man, never showed his face, talked from behind a curtain, remained confined within a few rooms. And so, what was the connection? The connection became clear after the death of the man in 1985. When the room of the person was opened, of this holy man was opened, people were stunned. Nearly 7,000 items were recovered from his residence. Hundreds of books, thousands of letters, documents, airmails, stamps, cigars, binoculars, military gloves, INA uniform, glasses, exactly the type worn by Netaji Subhas Bose. People were stunned. And when they started digging, the first methodical investigation was taken up by the Northern India Patrika. And when they went back digging into the past of this man, they uncovered layer after layer of this man's history. They couldn't find out everything. They were not aware of the man's connection with the revolutionary societies of Bengal. They were not aware of the dynamics of Bengal politics. So they couldn't figure out the whole story. But they put a large number of pieces together and came to the conclusion that this man could not have been anybody else but Subhas Bose. This was in 1986. In 1986, something else also happened. At the same place where this man was living, the Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid order came in. And the issue was swept away. This issue was building up. The Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid issue totally covered this up. And it was forgotten. Forgotten for nearly 15 more years. And then it came up. Justice Mukherjee took a lot of interest. He went to Faizabad, looked into the belongings of the holy man, and he himself was overwhelmed. He found a few samples of teeth also, 7. And Anuj was actually the person who found the 7 teeth kept in a matchbox and handed it over to Justice Mukherjee. DNA test was run on those teeth samples. Handwriting test was done on the writing samples of the holy man, compared with Netaji's handwritings. And again, something strange happened. Justice Mukherjee sent the DNA samples to be tested in 2 government labs. And the handwriting samples were sent to 2 government experts and another independent expert. While the independent expert ran thorough, huge amount of tests and came to the conclusion that they were the handwriting of the same person, the government labs said that the DNA of the teeth found in Faizabad do not match with the DNA of Netaji's family, and the handwriting samples don't match. Justice Mukherjee was stuck. So he had to rule, he was forced to rule that this person could not have been Netaji. But he also could not ignore the sheer volume of circumstantial evidence that had come his way. So he said there is no reason not to rely upon the evidence that have come from those who knew Netaji, who had met this person who was given the moniker Gumnami Baba by the press later. There is no reason to disbelieve them.